Some things I have added to my plate is that trying to be respectful of people's money, and I value my time, I value your time, I value my clients' time, and I'm trying to find different ways to add services to them at a reasonable rate and so forth, and still everyone comes out ahead. I decided that the caregivers need a lot of support, and sometimes, just like people have insurance questions that are not being answered, that Mary's answering for them, they're not, if anybody thinks your doctor is going to manage all this, I am so sorry for you, because you live in such a la-la land. Your doctor, the office, none of those people have time to answer your questions. None of them have time. I even had my own doctor's office call me and she said, well, your doctor's busy on the date we scheduled. We're going to schedule you with XYZ. And I said, no. Well, you need this done. And I said, not that bad. You don't just switch people around. You know, the days of you having that relationship with your healthcare provider, as far as the rest of the world is concerned, it's over. It's done. It's just like plugging your thumb into an electrical outlet at the garage, you know, do a multi-circuit check, everything fine, go roll out the door and go on with that day's ended. So I offer my clients a different kind of service that I've added on, and that's that they have my availability, guaranteed availability, 1 or 2 hours a month, that they can call me, I can check on things, I can find resources for them, I can help soothe the troubles that they've got going on, and it's very cost effective. You know, it's either $50 or $100 a month for them to do that, and they like that peace of mind. Some of you know I was steered towards Medicare, and then I found out that I am not fighting that monster. A lot of the healthcare providers around town are not fighting Medicare, Medicaid. It's just, no, I'm not going there. There are people out there who can afford my services. That's the people I work with. And besides that, I want the government out of my back door. But I had one of my clients who I had helped place in a facility, and she called me in a total panic. And her dear father, who's a major, retired major from the Army, apparently told the assisted living place that he was going to kill himself. That sets everyone's nerves on edge. So they're all, you know, calling her, do something quick, you know. They don't want the responsibility of having a dead body. He didn't mean it any more than he meant he was going to take up windsurfing or jumping out of airplanes. He did drink a couple ounces of Listerine, which in my healthcare knowledge is not going to cause that much harm, maybe an upset stomach. But it caused a big rash of going to the emergency room. Sitting out in emergency room with what you can guess is a room full of people with COVID and coughing. And if you've ever dealt with someone with dementia, here's the deal. They don't sit still. And you think, I have little patience sometimes. They have 1/10 of the patience that I've got. So he's pacing up and down and berating the person at the desk for not doing more. And she's on the phone to me, and I'm going, okay, just do what's necessary to get the piece of paper for the doctor to say that he's not a danger to himself, not a danger to anyone else. That's all. That's why this came about like this, because as soon as you say you're going to do something, look at all the horrible situations we've had where somebody didn't say. Maybe somebody overheard Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris, I think. Maybe they overheard one of those two say that they might bring a gun to Columbine, you know. So as a society, we're setting on high alert for those situations. And I told her, I said, the healthcare facility is just trying to protect themselves. He's calling her 14 times an hour, because every once in a while the neurons click, and most of the times they don't. And by the time she picks up the phone for the 13th or 14th time, he's forgot why he called in the first place. So what do? You know, you get a, what do they call them, burner phone or whatever, a cheap little play phone that does a few things. Hopefully not one that dials 911. I've had that happen in a facility, have somebody dial 911 and there was no problem and you never knew it until the police and fire department are coming through the front door, wanting to know what the problem is. And as a healthcare professional, you have no clue because there is no problem. But anyway, this is what I offer to them, to be that person they can call that understands the problem. I do a thorough evaluation. Before I take on these clients, I do not work with everybody. If it is a hot flaming mess and that's just way unstable, why would I want to buy into that insanity? No. I'm sorry that it comes up, but I'm just, after all these years in healthcare, I'm not dealing with some of that stuff either. So I can help the majority of people. And I'm really upfront with my clients, and if I don't think I can bring value to the situation, I tell them that I am not the person you need to work with. Who do I refer them to? And somebody has said, well, just refer them on to somebody else. I said, who? Who do you want me to refer them to? There isn't anybody else doing this, so, you just have to rely the best you can on the community resources and hope that people can get connected and get some of their questions answered. But are there any questions you got about what I can or can't do?
You talk about your newsletter?
Hmm?
You talk about your newsletter?
Yes. It should be going out to all of you. You should have got the January copy of the newsletter. The February is being put together now. It's a one page called Missing Pieces. It focuses mainly on things with dementia. There are articles in there by different people I've asked. Miss Mary will be in the February one. Very interesting things that have to do with dementia. There's articles out there on things you wouldn't even think would have some impact on your thinking and so forth. And so I'm trying to bring all that together and get it out there. I have it open for ads, a few ads, like 5 ads, to get out there. My virtual assistant, Jennifer, is helping keep this on constant contact. Did all of you see the newsletter? Do you have any comments about it? Who saw it? Okay, so it is going out. Okay. It's a work in progress. It's not exactly like I want, but it's a work in progress.
So Kathy, do you do the actual baseline testing for dementia and then continue testing it over time?
Yep, and I reevaluate every 6 months. I'm really tickled to say I've got 2 clients that I've been working with, and where I saw them the very first and what I've suggested them do since then, their symptomology has reversed.
Ooh, nice.
Can't say that's going to happen with everybody, and it's really tickling and really gratifying when it does happen. But one of them, I think, was totally misdiagnosed. Not a doctor, and I can't diagnose, but I'm pretty sharp on most of that. So there are things that all of us can do, and to fill you in, dementia starts 20 to 30 years before the symptoms show up. So to say you don't know anybody that has dementia, you don't know who you know. We could all have it right now. Hope not, but there's a lot of things you can do to stave it off. Look at my YouTube video; it'll show you a lot. But yeah, I do reevaluations and I do see progress.
And then how do we reach you?
You would call me anytime, day or night. If it's nighttime, then it's going to go to voicemail because my phone's quiet at night at 316-807-8293. And you can go to my website, dementiaspecialist.info, at any time. It has a list of all these services that I have. So if you have somebody that you're not sure, just tell them to go to the website. You don't have to sell it. Just tell them to go to the website. Either they need it or they don't.